This is a motorized spinning machine.
Okay.
Popularly, it's called charkha. So from this we can, we can take some cotton and spin yarn. First, the cotton will spin into thread, and then we will join 2-3 thread, and we can make into yarn. That is how cloth is made. So we will see how this spinning machine works. Add this here. You can see how it is moving, and it's converting this cotton fiber into yarn.
And then I noticed they were shouting from the bank. They were cheering and shouting, "Sausage! Sausage!" And the instructor was hallooing with his hands round his mouth and bellowing to me, "What on earth have you got there, sausage?" So then I turned myself properly round. I'd come up almost facing the fishermen at the other end of the pond, but otherwise only a few feet from where I'd gone down. So that was all right. I turned round and swam to the bank, and they hauled me out and gave me my glasses to have a good look at what I'd brought up from the bottom. Because it wasn't. It was just about the size and shape of one, but it was a tin, an old tin box with no paint left on it, and all brown black slime from the bottom of the ponds. It was heavy as a brick because it was full of mud. Don't get excited, as we did. There was nothing there but mud.
Okay. What do you guys understand by this story?
Like there's a girl who gets underwater to get a brick.
Yeah?
And the instructor says that to get the brick out.
That's it?
And after coming out, she got the tank, and then like that there was nothing but mud.
This is a cocoon.
Okay.
This is made by silk fiber.
Okay.
We have put one of the cocoon inside and boiled in the water so that the fiber of the fabric comes out.
Okay.
This process is called degumming.
Okay.
So now we have taken out the fiber, silk fiber, and then like we have passed it through the eyelid here and tied it on the spinning wheel. So now by this process we can spun the fibers.
It's moving.
And this silk fibers can be taken out of the cocoon by this spinning wheel.
Interesting.
This is a model of a pendulum discovered by Galileo. So here we can see there are 4 pendulums, each of different height. And there is one pendulum where there is a different mass. It's more heavy. It's around 200 grams. And these pendulums are light. Now all of you have to calculate the time interval. Time it takes to move from left to right like this. Okay. And this time interval, time it takes from moving from left to right, does it change with the change in the height of the string? This is the height of the string. This is a bob which is hanging through a pivot. Distance between the pivot and the bob is the height. So if you change now, this is smaller. Does the time interval change? You have to keep your stopwatch in front of you and see whether the time changes with the increase and decrease of the length of the pendulum, and also with the mass of the pendulum. See, if you see this pendulum, okay, time it takes for it to move from left to right, that is a time interval. You have to check the time interval of each of the bobs here. Note it down in your notebook and then we'll discuss further. This is a water flow sensor. This is to minimize the wastage of water. You must have seen, like, this kind of sensor. If you attach it in your water tank, once the tank is full, it will ring an alarm. It will make a noise so that you can switch off the water. See, now it came up and it started making the sound. This is a wind vane. It shows the direction of the wind. You can make using this small materials. It tells you the direction from which winds blows. It has a front and the rear, and it shows whether the wind blows from in the eastern direction or western direction. And the basic characteristic of the wind, that the direction, it tells you that. This is a septic tank, which is used for household waste management. So you can see here, this is the ground level, and domestic waste comes from here and goes to a tank. This is the septic tank. So if you see the solid particles below, which gets deposited in the bottom, and it is called sludge, and it can be taken out like from here, and it can be, the solid waste is deposited beneath the soil, and it is used for waste for agricultural process. And the liquid waste can be taken out in this miniature model. Will be taken out with this syringe, you can see, and this can be taken out and it goes to the soil, and it makes the soil fertile. So this waste management helps in decomposing the waste and also utilizing it for something good. It is utilized for agriculture purposes. This is a miniature model of a sundial. Like in ancient time, people used to know about time through this. You have to keep this in sun, and this has to face towards north. And if you see this line, and the shadow of this will tell you the time. See, the time will change throughout the day. If it is kept on the sun, this will keep on moving, and it will tell where the light falls, where the shadow falls, that it will tell you the time. This is how the basic concept of sundial
Works.
This is an anemometer. Like, it tells you the basic characteristic of wind, that is speed. How speed the wind is blowing. It works due to air resistance. The faster the wind, it rotates fast. It starts rotating fast. When the wind blows faster, it will rotate fast. When the wind slows down, the rotation also slows down. So we can calculate the speed of wind by multiplying the speed of rotation with the circumference and get the speed of the wind. It is very helpful in telling you the speed of the wind, to know whether the storm is this is a storm or whatever it is. Okay. You have to, and once we release the air, it will move forward. Okay, and it will travel some distance and it will stop. As the air will come out, due to the pressure, it will move forward. And we have to see, like, how much time it takes to travel a particular distance. Okay, so you have to measure the distance, and you have to also calculate the time. And after that, you have to make a distance time graph. All of you have to make a distance time graph of this cart, the way it moves. So see, as I will release the air, this cart will move forward, and it will start moving forward.